Joven, you so dumb.
Hey kitties, welcome back to the channel. Right now I look crazy, but I'm gonna show y'all the hair after because I just did it yesterday. I wanted to show y'all the skin. Let's get into the skin. I know I had like a blemish right here, right there last video, and that's because I had a pimple. Then I had one like right here. But I said all that to say this. That's how you know your skincare routine really be working. Because y'all see it fading. Y'all see it fading. See, I didn't really get a new beauty blender, but I threw out the other one. When it comes to beauty blenders, I don't keep them because no. Why did I do my forehead? I didn't have to. Well, technically the bangs are thin, so I kind of have to, but I really didn't have to. Anyway, so we are going to brunch right now. My reservation set for 12. It's 11:15. And you're like, why is it so late? Because I had went to church. So I didn't stay for obviously too long because, reservation at 12, I have to get ready. And I could have beat my face to like go to church, but I be in the nursery. When I work with kids, baby, I do not wear makeup. And plus, like, my skin is pretty without makeup anyways. So if I don't wear makeup to church, it don't matter, It just doesn't matter because I'm pretty. Nothing has changed since the last time we met, simply because I've been, like I told y'all, working. I got everything off my to-do list but one item. So it's just like I'm caught up from last month to this month. So Miss May, I'm ready for you, girly. I just feel like if I'm gonna spill my tea, let my tea come from me. And I ain't got no shame to my game, okay? If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it with pride, okay? And if it wasn't something to be done with pride, it's a life lesson, okay? We not sitting here killing ourselves and beating ourselves up because, like, what is that gonna do for me? If I sit here and beat myself up, what is that gonna do for me? Nothing. Anyways, yeah, so I feel like, why do I keep doing my forehead? I keep forgetting I don't need to do my forehead. I keep forgetting, like, not to say I don't need to do my forehead, but I can do the bare minimum with my forehead because like, bangs. Let me see if I can. I don't want the hair itself like saturated and satisfied because that wouldn't be cute at all. But anyways, the passage try to poke its head through. Nothing too crazy. Like, dude, I don't think me and him gonna work because he's just so ego driven, and it's just like everything he do is, maybe it's not, but it very much gives like it's to feed my ego. So when he popped back up, we stopped talking for a little while, and he just tried to pop up as if we never stopped talking, which was very odd to me because why would you pop up as if we never stopped talking? Like, are you... Sorry, y'all, I'm rushing, so I'm trying to because right now it's 11:20, so I'm really rushing. But anyways, yeah, so he tried to pop his head back, as if like we never just stopped talking. I'm not, like I told y'all, ego. I'm not crazy about the ego whatsoever. And he just was very much just ego driven. Like, everything he did, it just very much gave it's to feed my ego. But then he always talk about like he's looking for love, and I don't know. I don't be believing it. I don't be believing hype. I know this palette's so used, and I will keep digging in it, but tonight's not the night. I just don't feel like tonight's the night for me to like really scrape in there to get the remaining balance. Like, I'll go in there later. I was looking for the paper. I was like, why can't I see the peeling? But yeah, the past is peeking its head out, but I don't really care too much about it because like y'all in the past for a reason. I just feel like, I'm not saying I'm the good Lord. When I make this reference, I just want to give y'all a heads up. I'm not saying I'm the Lord, but you know how when Jesus was born and the 3 wise men brought gifts, they brought trinkets and goodies. I just feel like if you're going to pop your head back up, bring trinkets and goodies. This is a birth of greatness. In the midst of that reference, don't come back empty-handed. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what? So the past is definitely peeking its head back, but it's coming back empty-handed. Why are we coming back empty-handed? Like, I'm not the one that's in the wrong. So why would you be coming back empty-handed? It's giving you want to play my face again. It's giving you want to play my face again. And I would just be a dummy if I let you, because it's like, you obvious. At that point, I can only, like what Drake Cole said, he said, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Like, at this point, you know, and that's one thing about the past that's really irritating me. Like, all of y'all keep popping and probing your ugly heads through. But I just feel as if you want to pop your head through, a simple like I'm sorry, or like I just feel like if you hit one of those like recap of let's talk about what happened, it shows some type of growth, you know? It shows a level of growth. Like, you're willing to like acknowledge you were wrong in this term. But failure to acknowledge things be killing me. I might have to like let go of this palette, because look, I still have some of the dark concealer. I never use the highlight. But anyways, I still have some of the contour, but I'm out of the concealer. So I had to use this new one for the concealer. And I can use this contour, but it's just like, I love this palette, but it's so disproportionate based on how you use it. And yeah, I might have to just get the, like, you know, the round ones that are just solid one color. I might just have to go that route, you know, and have like, you know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how you have one concealer and then the other one's you know what I mean? In the powder form, but it's just that. Like, it's not like a 3 blend ordeal. Like, it's just one. I might have to go that route because, yeah. But I just feel like self-reflection shows growth. And when there's a lack of reflection, it just, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't do it for me. And that's what's been happening lately. Like, the past been poking its head through, but it's just like, y'all, there was no reflecting. And that's what be throwing me off, because why would you be poking your head through when you know darn well you haven't done no reflection whatsoever? Like, you at no point think you in the wrong. I'm not scared to admit if I'm in the wrong, you know? Like, if you can sit here and admit you in the wrong, I could sit here and be like, you know what? I was wrong for doing so. But I'm not going to sit here and be the bigger person, because I was the bigger person by walking away. You had me fucked up, and I could have did a lot of things. I could have really like went out my way and like tweaked out. But I didn't. I was the bigger person and walked away. So I just feel as if now you got to be the bigger person. And you could sit here and if you want to initiate the conversation, you can definitely initiate a conversation. But at the same time, reflection must be done. If no reflection is done, then it's just like, what are we really doing? I'm not going to sit here and, you know? And then even after that, like, yeah, reflection happened, yada, 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 yada. But now it's like, is there growth? Because if I sit here and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm willing to give blah, blah, blah a second chance, right? And blah, blah, blah decides I'm going to pull the same stunt. I would just be stupid to stay again, you know? But you can't knock yourself for like, oh, okay, cool, I gave it a second go. You can't knock yourself for that, because curiosity got the best of you. And that's okay. But you got to know when it's time to bow out and just end the show. And I'll be knowing exactly when to end the show. I know some people are going to be mad when I say this, because it's like, girl, you're rushing it, but I can't wait for the State Fair. I was so excited for the Minnesota State Fair. Like, and it's so weird because we used to go when I was a kid. Like, my mom used to take me and my brother, and like maybe our cousins would come depending on like who wanted to go. But it's like we used to go as a kid. So why I'm excited to go is really beyond me. I went last year, but I want to go this year again. And I went the year before too. So why I just be excited to go, I don't know. Lately I've been enjoying Minnesota life. And that's so awful because like I'm not really the type. I never really liked my state. And that's one thing I feel like a lot of people don't take into consideration before they move into another state. Because no disrespect, not to say you unknown or whatever, but if you like not really known in your state, like your state don't really rock with you like that. And I'm not saying like they don't rock with you because they hating. No, because some people just be haters. But if your state don't really rock with you because they just don't know you because you never leave the house, and you think it's best to go to another state and you're just gonna up and make that change, you're lying to yourself. Denial is a river, yeah, type stuff. Because why did you? I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people do end up making that leap and they do make that switch, but a lot of you don't, and you're right back doing the same thing you did in another state, in your state. And I just feel like don't do that. If anything, get comfortable with your state before you actually branch off to go to another state, because what are you going to be doing different in the other state? And stop going to these other states thinking that you're that girl. Like, you should obviously walk in with the notion of I'm that girl, but you have to understand each state has its own beauty standard. Okay? And you can't get like hustled and tussled and mad about it. And like, y'all take, and I'm not gonna like knock people, but y'all take like man catering to y'all to a whole nother level. Because why would I sit here and go out of state with no money? Like, when some of y'all be telling me your stories, well, you don't really tell me your stories, but you be saying your stories on like TikTok and stuff. When a lot of y'all be saying y'all stories, I don't feel bad for y'all. Because why would you sit here go to another state with no money because you're pretty in your state and you think men gonna kiss your booty in the other state, knowing you've never been to that state? This is your first rodeo in that state. What? Like, I'm delusional, but the level of delusion y'all at, I want to get there one day. Actually, no, I don't. I like to be logically delusional, you know? Like, I like to make my little hee-hee ha-has and jokes, but I want to still be logical with it. Some of you are not logical whatsoever, because why do you think that makes sense? Like, it's one thing if you got a man in that state, but you don't know nobody in that state, and you just up and went to that state because you think you that girl in that state. And then, I mean, sometimes it works out for some of y'all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like it don't work out, but for a lot of y'all, it doesn't, and you have nightmare stories, and you sit here and get upset. What are you upset about? What are you upset about? Oh, no. That's just me, though. That's just me. I really be trying to see where some of y'all coming from. But sometimes I just can't see it. Because I just feel as if asking a man to do something for you that you can't do for yourself is wild. Like, I'm telling y'all, you wonder how a lot of the stuff, you wonder how like some girls just don't need to ask for money, and they just give that presence of like, I don't need to ask for money, and just because I'm telling you right now, dudes will cater to, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I keep telling y'all, like, dudes know who to play with. That's why I keep telling you, like, invest into yourself, because you're your first investment. And don't get me wrong, because I be telling y'all these stories, and that's not to say I don't have good apples. I can't talk about the good apples because they're good apples. I just be telling y'all about the rotten bunches, because watch out for the rotten bunches. You'll still get the, like, I'm going to shoot my shot, simply because some people feel as if, it is true, you miss a lot of the shots you don't take. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of pretty girls who will have a low self-esteem. And that's how, like, they get in bad relationships. You be like, damn, you're so pretty. Like, how did you get stuck with? Ooh. You don't need to ask how they got stuck with. Ooh. It says more about them than y'all think. You can tell that girl how bad that man is and how bad he's treating her. But if she has some type of unhealed trauma that she's just not willing to deal with, that's between her, that man, and whatever the trauma is. Because, yeah. So, for the most part, that's why I keep telling y'all, focus on you. There will still be bad apples that try to shoot their shot. You just got to stick and weave. Exactly. Some of the apples be borderline okay. Like borderline okay. I would, but I wouldn't. And yes, I be talking about the borderline okay apples too. I'm really just the type to pop up with a man and I'll be like, cause who is he? That's my good apple. That's my good apple I wasn't talking about because he doing his we test he's a tester. Like he going through the loops. He going through the obstacle course right now. We can't talk about the good apple that's going through the obstacle course that's damn near at the finish line. We can't talk about those. I don't talk about those. Can't talk about those. Because if you damn near, ain't nobody damn near at the finish line. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. I can't settle. I can't settle. I can't settle. I got some good apples, but I want them greats. I want great apples. Top of the line. And I don't have no top of the line apples yet. And maybe they are top of the line, and it's just like, I hate when people be like, oh, I was so shy to talk to you. You seem come off so intimidating. Woo, woo, woo. Like, I just feel as if I'm the only one allowed to be shy. Yeah. Yeah. And if you are, you better fake it till you make it. I'm telling y'all, that's really the key. As a guy, you gotta fake it till you make it. Like, you better come off super confident. I'm telling y'all, that does it. Mm-hmm. That confidence, it'll get you as far can get you. It's giving cute mushroom. I guess that's what we call it, cute mushroom. And I'm not staying there for long. Like, I'm not doing one of those like brunch. I'm getting tipsy off the mimosa. I'm not doing that type of brunch. To be honest, I'm really just craving salmon. So hopefully that's on the menu. Where's the other bobby pin? Jesus Christ, help me. I stuck it in the hair somewhere. See, this is what I hate. You get a bobby pin and lose it. I'm just going to eat just as a good job to me. Because just as a good job. Or should I bump it the other way? No. We already did the damage. Like, on other days, we can sit here and decide, like, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. Today's just not the day. Today's not the day. Oh, you know what show I just got done watching? Lock & Co. on Netflix. Yeah, I've been watching Lock & Co. and it's good. If you want to watch like it's like Ghostbusters meets Sherlock Holmes. That's the vibe. That's literally the vibe. Ghostbusters meets Sherlock Holmes. If they were to like do a show, that's what it is. So if that sounds intriguing, I recommend doing that. So I think we're gonna like end it off here, simply because I don't really got much to tell y'all. I haven't been out much to talk about anything. So like I said, just a whole bunch of people relapsing, but not relapsing in the proper way. But that's just normal. That's normal. I remember I had this one fling. Oh, I kind of miss him. If he be relapsing every night. I got some people who relapse like every once a year. It's an annual thing. And it's like, why don't you block them? Because, I don't know. Because there's no need. Like, if I had a man, then it's like, yeah, block them. They ain't got no man. So it's just like every now and then they pop their head up. But they don't pop their head up really good. I had this one dude. He would call my mom his mom. And, well, he just called her mom in general. And he was like, is that our mom? And he I'm not gonna hold y'all. I thought oh, I do have a story for y'all. So I thought like so boom. I thought I had found the love of my life. Kinda, sorta, but not really, because I was on my way to college, so I knew like he can't be the love of my life, but he could possibly be the love of my life, you know? So I was in school and I was graduating. It was my high school graduation and he was making a play, right? But I didn't know he was making a play at the time. Somebody at the graduation party needed some stuff. Okay, thank you. So he sat there and he was like, can I talk to you real quick? But the graduation party was ending, you know, like it was wrapping up and I was just like, to be honest, I'm good. Like, I gotta clean up. And he was just like, can I get your number at least? We could talk later. I told him, I said, if you help me clean up, you can get my number. Not thinking he would, but I wasn't like, he wasn't ugly though. He was very attractive, but I was really trying to get him out of my face because like, I'm stressed right now. I'm not really stressed, but I'm aggravated because I'm the graduate. Why am I over here cleaning up? But I ain't really like too stressed to the point where it's just like, but it's just like, I'm busy. What do you want to sit and talk about? I don't have time to chit chat with you. Like, we can chit chat another time, but this is just not the ideal time to be chit chatting. That's just how I feel. And I had told him, like, if you help me clean up, because keep in mind, I've never seen this man a day in my life. So I know I didn't invite him. And a friend of a friend may have invited him. I don't know who this man is, but he's kind of handsome and I want to kind of give him a chance, but I'm kind of busy right now. Like, this is just the wrong, like, this is just the wrong time type stuff. Like, it was just the wrong time type stuff. And y'all, why in the world did this man actually help clean? Like, my chair has been squeaky lately and I don't know what it is. But anyway, so y'all, this man actually got to clean them. I didn't think he would. So he actually gets to clean it. Why is there's a hair in my face? I can feel it. But I can't see it. But there's a hair in my face. Anyways, so this man actually got to cleaning, y'all. So he's helping me move stuff. He gets to helping my mom. My mom doesn't even know him. I think she's thinking like, this is my friend. I don't even know the man. So yeah, so he's over here helping this, that, and the other. We finally get all cleaned up. Like, everything gets where it needs to be. And he walks up to me. He's like, so can I get your number now? And at this point, like, I would just be so rude and inconsiderate if I told him no, because, like, he actually helped. Oh, geez. I didn't think this through. My bangs. I had to put one more dose of setting spray just to secure it. That's why I play with setting spray, because if you put enough setting spray, it'll last you throughout the whole day. So I wasn't gonna be grimy. Like, he held up his end of the bargain, which I was not expecting. So I held up my end of the bargain. I gave Freddie my number. He wasn't like, he was around my age range. He was in his early 20s, and obviously I'm just leaving high school, literally just leaving high school. So it's like, okay, cool, whatever. And then he had asked me to hang out. He's like, let's hang out. And I was like, me being me, I wasn't at the age where it's like, I would always be like, to do what? It wasn't until like I got older when I started asking y'all to do what, because y'all play too much. But yeah, so at this age, I don't need to be asking like to do what, because I'm just assuming like we gonna link up, because he was so chill. Like, he was smooth, suave. Like, I just, I don't know. Anyway, so this is gonna contradict what I said about the last story about the one that tried to rush me. It don't really contradict it in a way, but it does. So he was one of those people I met where it's like, I feel like I've known you for a long time, and he has said it, and I could relate too, but I never like told him that I could relate. It's just like, yeah, I had the same feeling too. So let me stop playing, because it's 11:51. Let me actually put my shoes on, because I could like, anyways. So I'm over here. Let me put my mascara on. Y'all making me shy. Y'all making me nervous. Stop. Okay, so boom. So we would just like hang out together. Every single time he was like on the clock. We get what I'm down. Yeah, every time he was on the clock, he would just like stop by to see me. And he would be like, you want to go? Of course. So now I'm sitting here, his accomplice. Not really accomplice, but it's just like damn near, because I'm sitting watching everything that goes down, but I don't really care. And I never had to ask that man like, or tell that man like, I'm hungry. He would always just be on top of it, bro. When I tell y'all, like, didn't have to worry about nothing. Oh my goodness. So we hung out one time, and he was making one of his plays. And so I guess one of the dudes been knowing him for a long time. I don't really know if he's been knowing him for a long time, because we only known each other for, keep in mind, we only known each other for like a week going on 2, but it felt like forever, baby. So we sitting here, we chilling, vibing, this, that, and the other. One of his partners comes to pick up some za, and we drop it off to him. Well, he didn't pick it up. Well, technically he did pick it up because he came out. So boom. He came to pick it up, and we was just in the car waiting for him. Now, Tell me why. Cause usually nobody be asking questions. They just get their goods and go about their business. So that's how I knew like he must be somebody relevant in his life, or he just nosy. So he's like, oh, this your old lady right here. And don't nobody be saying that, but like people from the South, I knew he wasn't really from like, he wasn't a resident. He wasn't an MN resident. So he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And I just, that threw me off because wait a minute, we got titles now. Like, it was an unspoken word of like what it was, but we never really like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was unspoken. It was something, but we never like gave it a title on what it was. It was something though. Like we would just lean, we'd hang out whenever. Like we knew it was something, but we didn't, you know. So that understanding was there that it was something, but it was just like, what is the something? Nobody knew. So then he's over here like, yeah, that's my girl. Woo, woo. So then Brody come tell me, he's like, oh, okay, cool, because you know, I've been knowing who for a long time, and I just want to let you know if you break his heart. This, that, and the other. Like, basically, he gonna up me, okay? So, I'm over here, high, cackling in the passenger seat, because, baby, you not talking about me. You think your screws loose? I am. So, this chair is about to be the death of me. I might have to go buy a new one. And, anyways, so, high, cackling, we violent when we chilling. And he has said what he has said, so it's like, wait, whatever. So, he gets a, like, him being... Yeah, so he gets to laughing, and he's just like, "Hey, cool." He dapped him up, and he's like, "Talk to you later, whatever." And he's like, "How that make you feel? You good?" He high cackling in the passenger seat, cause whatever, exactly. So, anyways, let me put my shoes on. So, anyways, he come up, and he just, I don't know, y'all. This just man, that, jeez, why is this shoe acting like this? Anyway, so. When he had said what he had said, I'm okay, cool, bet, whatever. I'm not thinking anything of it because he's like, he's not really gonna do nothing for real because like he would never do nothing to you because if he end up doing something to you, I gotta do something to him. Whatever, like, you know, buttering me up, baby. When I tell y'all I am overly buttered, like too much butter is on me. At this point, you're gonna catch a heart attack if you eat me. I am overly buttered. So, boom, I'm just chilling about whatever, right? And one occasion we was going out to the movies, and while his one of his friends decided to call, it was a collect call. So boom, one of his little friends decided to call Bluetooth. He's like all his calls get connected to the car. So one of his friends decided to call, and he's just like, "Oh, what you doing?" He's like, "Oh, about to go out with a girl." Well, he didn't really say a girl, but you know. So he tells him, he's like, he's on his way out, like we was going to the movies, and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. So you about to go pick her up?" He's like, "No, we right here." And he's telling him, "Car." It's like, why would you do that? So, anyways, y'all, I'm laughing because of what dude said. So he's just like, "Put her on the phone," and I'm astonished because what do y'all need to talk about? What do we need? Like, what are we talking about? I'm tired of talking to these folks that I don't know. I've been talking to two. Keep in mind at this point, like, I'm like an awkward shy where it's like I'm shy at first, but give me a minute, I might just warm up. So everybody just want to talk to me, and it's so off because it's like, why do all of y'all want to talk to me? It's overwhelming, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, cool, that comes with the territory, whatever. I don't even care. So yeah, so he comes up, he's like, let me talk to her. So I'm over here looking at him, I'm shaking my head. No, because I don't know nobody. So he's like, oh, no, bro, you connected to the car, so you cool. So he knowing that he's connected to the Bluetooth. So he's just like, let me tell you something. Basically, he gets to threaten me too. Like, don't hurt him, this, that, and the other, blase, 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 blase. And I'm starting to think, what is up with these folks? Like, I'm just a regular civilian. So I think I'm gonna just wear my actual chain. I don't think I'm gonna do too much. I don't think I'm gonna do too much because I don't intend on like staying at brunch for too long. At first, I thought like maybe I wear like bracelets and stuff, but I don't think I'm really about to do too much. Yeah, I don't think I'm about to do too much. I think I'm just keep it simple to the point. So he gets to say, he's just like, basically don't hurt him. So this how I'm knowing like, oh, bro, he's serious because like, why? But then again, maybe he's not. Maybe this is just like, you know, The earring backdrop. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like each and every time I be trying to be great, something always happens. I'm gonna take this other earring back and use it. Anyway, so he kind of, and I'm really starting to think like he possibly may be serious. I didn't really know what I thought this would lead to. I didn't really come with the expectation of anything. It was just like we were catching a vibe. And then we would just like spend a lot of time together. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't ugly. So it's just like, then when I started figuring out like, oh, you know, cause I'd be curious. I'd be asking questions. Might probably not ask the question the same first day, but I'd be asking questions after a while. So, you know, it's like, okay, cool. You actually graduated college. Like, you know, like you just like, you know, so it's just like, he had stuff going for himself potentially, but I just knew like, I just wouldn't stop and just pick up and run off with him because I was about to up and get my stuff going too. You know, like I was about to like take off and it's 11:59. I'm over here telling y'all this story. Let me be quick. They're not gonna take me. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I can be about 15 minutes late and I don't think the drive. Oh damn. Okay. Where's my glue? Okay. so sorry. Oh my gosh, messing with y'all. Okay, cool. So at this point, I'm really starting to feel like Buddy's serious-ish. But we just never like he would every now and then like say some stuff, but it's just like, but whatever. I'm quick to whatever and just like whatever. so yeah. So he comes up and he's just like, don't break his heart, this, that, and the other. Woo-de-woo-de-woo. And then he's like, why she not talking? He was like, she just be acting like she's shy. Acting is wild. Acting is wild. Whole time, like, dudes, like, don't get me wrong, dude on the phone, like, I'm not nervous by dude on the phone. It's just like, whatever. It's one thing. I don't know. That's why it's just like this story might contradict the other one because, like, the other one I told y'all, Brody was over here trying to show me off his friends too quickly. But this dude, like, there was a vibe. Like, we done hung out so long. It felt like we know you. Why is this glue not coming out? Are you so serious right now? At this point, I'm just going to wear mascara. What are we doing? That's what it is. Oh my gosh, I hate when this happens. I must have left it open for a little too long. And now that happens. Like the glue will dry up inside and it'll block the entrance. And there's always something going on in my life. Anyways, okay, there you go. So, like, I'm on the phone with him. That's what I'm saying. That story might contradict the last one, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a vibe must be caught. Like, once a vibe is caught, it's over with. And like, we was just doing everything. Like, we was just, I don't know. This man, it was so weird because like he was giving me his undivided attention. Like, he was just everything. Everything was so smooth. Everything was just perfect. Then his family came out because he was from Chicago. He was just so bipolar, and I knew from the jump like he was bipolar, but I didn't like understand how bipolar Brody was until like we would get to arguing, and then out of nowhere, he would start calling me out my name. Like now I'm all type of bees and sluts, and you know, like he was wild, and it would be over little stuff. Like he'll be like, send me unsolicited pictures, you know, and I'll tell him like no. And then it's just like, soon as I say no, he would get to call me out my name. And it was so strange because he would switch up so quick, bro. So when it comes down to it, like, and then when I tried to like, because we was never really dating, we talked for like a month. And I kept trying to like make it work with him because he would tell me, he's like, I'm really trying this, that, and the other. And he was really trying, like, from when we started to where we were then. Like, he was trying. But I just got tired of it because, like, what in the world? You're not going to keep calling me out my name. This is ridiculous. At this point, I'm just tolerating too much from you. And I just stopped because I'm not going to keep doing it. And that didn't sit right with Betty. Because when I chose to, like, walk away, he was not having it, y'all. Keep in mind, like, we did, like, the whole long distance thing. So he was, like, he's next door because, like, Chicago, Minnesota next door. But he couldn't leave because he was under house arrest. So he was under house arrest. So it's just like, if he pissed me off, I'll be telling him, like, I'm about to go outside, find somebody else. And that shit would piss him off because he couldn't do nothing about it. You locked up. So yeah, so okay. So boom, he would just start blowing up my phone. If I didn't like he would call, right? And if I didn't pick up, he would start blowing up my phone. Because it's just like I'm either busy avoiding him or he knew I was on the phone. Like I really never did too much because I was still in high school at the time. So it's like I never really did too much. And he just wasn't having it, y'all. He was not set on me moving on it whatsoever. Um and yeah, like he tried to like mess up the relationship with the other one. It didn't work out because like I had ended up accidentally going to the other side. Now instead of me big being, I'm wearing blue. How I didn't even know like the new person I was talking to was throwing up that blue flag, baby. I found out the hard way because I'm telling you that man, he was just like put buddy on 3-way. And baby, it got messy quick. So anyways, like this one, I'm like, when I found out he's from Chicago, I'm damn. Okay, cool. Like I'm already having like PTSD, like remembering last dude, and I'm just like, hey, this not about to work. This not about to work. But at the same time, like he's smooth. Like he ain't doing nothing for me to be like, you know what? This not gonna work. So it's like I can't sit here and be like, it's not gonna work. So I'm over here trying to like disregard how I'm feeling. I'm trying to disregard how I'm feeling and just like rock with what's going on, you know? Like just one step at a time, just breathe, little girl, breathe. So yeah, he comes up, y'all, and he just we was just a little hee hee ha ha, we was a little thing for a little minute. But then all like the nostalgia starts dying off when he starts talking about kids. Mm-hmm. I was all here for it. Like at first it was like a hee hee ha ha cackle, like okay, cool kids, ha 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 ha. But then like act like but then after a while, like I'm figuring out like, oh no, he's so serious. And he actually like he's talking about building a family, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, no. And I said, no. You know, like, baby, no, I'm about to go into college. Like, are you crazy? You're crazy. So at this point, like, no, it's not even really working. Then to top it off, like, we had linked up and we had went to his crib one time and he was babysitting, y'all. And Buddy was babysitting and he was just like, let me clean your plate. And at first I'm like, nah, no. But then I started like considering it, right? And I was like, maybe, you know, because at this point, like we like week 3-ish, but I'm knowing week 4, like we're not gonna make it to a month because I gotta go off to school. And I would always bring that up to him, like, I'm about to go off to school, and he would be like, okay, but you act like I can't drive down over there. And then it's just like, okay, whatever, cause yeah, anyways, long story short and short story long, he had asked to clean the plate, like lick the plate. And I had told him no, but I'm like, you know what? And I considered it. And right when I was about to say, yeah, right, his little niece that he was babysitting walked in. Do you know how that ain't nothing but the Lord? I'm so sorry. That ain't nothing but the Lord because I'm not saying that I didn't want him to, but it's just like, I'm glad that I prolonged it a little bit because for the little girl to have walked in because she was looking for her snacks. So it was just like everything played out so nicely. But anyways, yeah, so we ended up like going our own separate ways because he was a little key. He was a time was had with Mr. Sir, but I don't know. I told him, I was like, if I come back and you still here, like we can make it work. Because at that point he started going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, he did. He just, I don't know. I don't remember why we fell off. I don't remember exactly why we fell off, but we fell off. We started talking. And then when I had came back from like college, I had saw him again. And he was like, is that mom? And I was with my mom. And I was, whoa. Whoa. So, we just never like linked up again. Cause like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. He be there. He be on Snapchat. I don't be on Snapchat though. So it's like he be on Snapchat, but he can't see me on Snapchat. And yeah. people on Snapchat don't really know where I be. Because when I used to like be on Snapchat a lot, I never used to be on Instagram. So now I be on Instagram a lot. So now people don't really like. I mean, they might know that I'm on Instagram, but I barely be on Instagram. I be posting every now and then just to be like I'm alive, into like but I don't really be on Instagram. So yeah, that's that. I thought that he was the one, and he could possibly be the one, but like we had fell off because of something. I don't remember, but it was something kind of sort of big, and that was that for that love story. Anyways, I'm already late because it's 12:09, but they gonna have to make it work because I had to talk to my girlies instead of tea. Okay, no, just kidding. But I gotta go because y'all really made me late. I made myself late, but I'm blaming y'all.